On the line with us is Betamia Coronel, the senior national organizer with Climate Justice and the Center for Popular Democracy, populardemocracy.org and cpdaction.org, or their websites PopDemoc on Twitter and CPD Action on Twitter. Betamia, welcome to the program. Tell us about the Day of Action. Today is Earth Day, but the Day of Action is tomorrow. Tell us what you're all are doing. What's planned?
Yeah, for sure. Hi, everyone. So happy to be here. Today is Earth Day, as you said. What better way to celebrate our Earth than to bring the energy that we need directly to the White House to push and encourage the Biden administration, the Senate, Congress, to pass the historic federal legislative package that we've all been waiting for. We're hoping to get thousands of people tomorrow in Lafayette Park to bring the message loud and clear to President Biden and the rest of Congress. We want and we need investment in equitable transition to renewable energy. We want and need dignified union jobs. We need reduced costs of essentials such as drugs, schooling, healthcare. We need improved conditions and pay for care workers, and we need to be cleaning up the toxic air and water pollution in frontline communities. And we hope to really hear from the White House that they're ready to deliver on the promises that they ran on in 2020.
So, Betamia, it sounds like what you're describing is Build Back Better, and that legislation, passed the House of Representatives. But it couldn't get past Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema and every single Republican in the United States Senate. There are stories out there that Joe Manchin's willing to negotiate. He's willing to give a little if he gets a little, and God only knows what he wants to get. Is that what you're talking about? Let's resume negotiations with Manchin, and maybe we can bring along another Republican so we can get around Sinema? Or is there brand new legislation coming out of the House, or are you talking about things like executive orders? What specifically are you looking for?
Yeah, I think we're talking about all of that. We've seen, as you mentioned, the Senate has stalled this process for months, and we can call it whatever you want to call it, Build Back Better, whatever it is that folks want to call it, but we just know that we need those investments, and we needed them yesterday. And we're really calling on the president and the Congress we know that the window of time to get this passed is maybe latest through the summer, and we're waiting. We're waiting. We need it to pass. We're bringing the energy. We backed the Biden in the election. We're ready to do it again, but we need this to pass, and we need them to do whatever it takes. If that means that the president leans in on executive orders, then that's how they should do it. So we're here to say do whatever it takes to get it done. Yeah,
whatever it takes. So you and your friends and associates and people associated with Climate Justice and the Center for Popular Democracy, you're going to be in Washington, D.C. tomorrow making these demands. What can the average person who's watching or listening to our program right now, what can they do to help or support?
Yeah, definitely join us if you're able to live in DC. We still have spaces on buses coming from cities across the country, all across the East Coast. So if you're like, I want to be there, I want to feel that energy, feel free to visit the Fight for Our Future landing page, and you'll be able to find a bus that'll get you here for little to no cost out of your own pocket. We also have last time I saw the map, we have 95 distributed events across the country happening. So you can also visit our big map and see if there's anything happening locally in your city or town. And then we also have 2 other marquee events happening in Georgia and Arizona, those being important states coming up in the upcoming midterm elections. And we want to really show up big there as well. There's thousands of people registered in those key marquee actions as well. So there's a ton of opportunity to get involved. You can also follow us live. There'll be a live Facebook streaming on CPD. If you want to access it through our Twitter channels or any other social media, you'll be able to watch it live. And the the day will be exciting. We have an incredible lineup of speakers, everything from leaders of unions to Sierra Club to local frontline community organization leaders. There'll be musical performances, and it'll be a really beautiful day in DC. So definitely come out and support if this is also something that you want to see the White House deliver on.
Very cool. And spring in DC is absolutely spectacular. We're talking with Betamia Coronel, who is the senior national organizer for climate justice and the Center for Popular Democracy. What are the best websites for people to visit to find those events that you were talking about just a moment ago? You mentioned, Fight for Our Future. I hadn't mentioned their website. What websites do you recommend people check out?
Sure. There's Fight for Our Future. I'm just pulling up the exact
URL.
Fight for Our Future. Honestly, I don't know the name off the top of my head.
You can Google these things.
Yeah,
too.
you can definitely Google it. Fight for Our Future. You can also visit CPD's Twitter. We've been promoting the event, so Pop Democ on our Twitter handle. You can find all the information in the lead up. We're doing a really cool Q&A this evening, so if you have questions, a bunch of our partners that are participating are going to be in real time answering questions today at 7 o'clock Eastern, and that's where you can find all of our information.
That is absolutely great. Betamia Coronel, the senior national organizer with populardemocracy.org and cpdaction.org, and Pop Democ, POPDEMOC on Twitter, and CPD Action on Twitter.